Sanbonani, Dumilang, Mulweni. It's Sibu and Spare back with another video.
So in this video, we're going to be talking about Dineo Ranaka and her latest Instagram posts that she put up.
I completely understand souls or spirits or people that commit suicide. I get it. I get them. Because I'm trying my best to not commit suicide. My mind is so loud of late and life is so fucking hard. So fucking hard. And I'm trying my best, but it seems my best is not enough. My children, God. Abandona bami. When I saw this, I was really sad because, like, one thing people don't understand is that, well, I think more awareness has been, sort of brought to it, but I don't think people really understand how hectic depression is. And I think it's one of those things where you have to kind of go through it for you to really, really understand like what it's about. But I think because people have seen like, the aftermath of depression for like with a lot of people, like would most of the time always resulting in suicide.
I mean, okay, there's multiple ways I'm going to look at this, right?
Yeah.
Her decision-making and all of this, why I feel like she's going through all of this, what she's going through.
So you feel like she has a huge contribution in why she's in the situation that she's in?
Yes, I believe her lifestyle has led her to this.
Isn't?
To this very feeling that she's been going through. Yeah, so let me just start with this, right? Depression, I've seen a lot of it, heard a lot about it. I have an idea of what it is. I do not fully understand it because I haven't experienced it.
Yes.
So my opinion on this is clearly from the outside looking in.
Yes.
Okay. You might have a different take.
Yes.
But my opinion on this is clearly from the outside looking in.
Yes.
Right. So in terms of depression, I can only understand how that must feel. And you're constantly fighting that feeling every single day of your life as you go on. There are some people in the internet that believe that depression is a lifestyle choice.
Okay.
And for the most part, especially in this day and age, I do believe that for the most part, depression is a lifestyle choice.
Well, in all honesty, I think because I did suffer from depression for a young while, right? I can kind of agree with you on that one. Like, as much as I hate to, right? Because I don't want to sort of nullify it to that because it is quite a deep thing, but I can kind of agree on that because as soon as I did make different lifestyle decisions as well and drastic ones, there was a huge improvement in my overall well-being, and I can say I literally got out of that state. I was in a state where I was constantly sort of prone to depression the whole time. Like even the smallest thing can reawake the whole feeling, and it's just like it's a constant feeling that you just know, like, oh, here it goes again. And it's kind of to even discuss, like to even describe it, it's really difficult. But it's more of that feeling more than anything, and it's like certain things that happen or situation that you're in sort of put you in that state of having that feeling. And I feel like it's that feeling that you can't stand, like it's unbearable.
I do believe that there are like some cases where depression is like a thing that you're born with. I like to say a thing that you're born with, and it's like
do you think
chemical imbalance?
Sort of, yes,
where you have a chemical imbalance. Those clinically diagnosed people who are depressed, right?
Yeah.
I do believe there are some cases like that.
But like I feel like that's the only actual depression. Like a lot of people mistaken stress and like ill feelings with depression.
So I'm of the camp that most of what we see today, which is people call depression, is lifestyle induced. And for example, people like Abu Andrew Tate, they advocate for men going back to the gym whenever they feel depressed, and they do say that if you go back to the gym and stuff like that, your depression goes away and all that stuff like that. And many people have come out and said that that has worked for them. Going back to the gym has worked for them, has cured their depression. So I'm of that camp that believes that. So in this case, what we're seeing here is that her lifestyle has induced this depression. For me, and this is my opinion, this feminist lifestyle that she has chosen
Okay.
has led her to this path that she's at now.
Okay, why so?
So as a feminist, you are obviously advocating for independent women. You do not need a man.
Yeah.
You can live by yourself. But innately, women need companionship.
Yeah.
Y'all need that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how successful you can be in life. It doesn't matter what you can attain. Doesn't matter what you can do. You need companionship. Otherwise, all that success means nothing. You're going to be lonely and all that stuff. On top of that, she has kids that she's looking after. That makes the situation much more difficult than it should be.
Yeah.
If she had a companion that was supporting her and being the man in the relationship,
Yeah.
I do not believe she'd be feeling like this.
But like, yes, and I think maybe the companionship is a huge part as well of it, because obviously having a companion, it does relieve a lot, to be honest, especially being in a healthy relationship with somebody. And if it's not, it could add to the situation.
The whole world is going against what we naturally have come accustomed to. Women are becoming men are becoming women are becoming masculine, men are becoming feminine. And you'll see in a lot of those cases, the men who have become more feminine are more prone to depression and suicidal thoughts and all that stuff. And in Dineo's case, she's very masculine. She's in her masculine energy, right? She's taking care of everything herself.
But
like the
isn't
man.
that because she doesn't have a choice? Like, this is what
No,
people
no, no, no,
don't.
no, 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 no.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
like
no, no. Wait.
women don't just choose to
They
get in the
do. They do.
masculinity unless they are given no choice.
So
Like,
okay, let me just finish this point. So she's in her masculine energy, and she's taking care of everything. She's basically the man of the house and the father and the mother at the same time with the kids and all that stuff like that. She's the breadwinner, all that stuff. So now, with all of that being said, she's going through all of this because now it's too much for her.
yeah,
And she's struggling to deal with it, and she doesn't have a companion to help her go through the situation.
yeah.
So in terms of like choosing these things,
Okay.
you do choose what kind of person you want to be.
Okay.
Yes. So you decide if you want to be a feminist. I don't need a man.
So
I'm
you're
what.
saying that being sort of deep into feminism, it can result into you having bad relationships and
Yes,
in essence being alone. And
she was sold this feminist idea and she bought it and she became a feminist. And then because now she's too masculine, she cannot keep a relationship.
but you don't buy ideologies just for the sake of buying them.
No,
in more cases than none, you buy them for a reason because they are sort of in line with where you are at and what you're going through. Like, you don't just choose to want to play the man and the woman in a situation. It's when you are left with no choice but to play the man and the woman.
No.
Many women are left alone to raise their children. And what they supposed
She wasn't faced with that. She was not. She had 4 men. She had 4 chances to get this right. 4. And because she's the feminist and she's masculine, obviously she's more bossy than she should be.
Yeah.
And all those things, and that probably drove away the men.
So you reckon that was the issue, like that was?
Have you seen Dineo? Have you seen how she talks to people? She's not feminine at all. And I can imagine when there's arguments at home and with the man and stuff like that, that's how she talks to men.
But that's because, isn't it because she also grew up in a household, like she was closer to her brothers and things like that?
Yeah, but then I guess they.
So you're saying basically there's no excuse for if it is what it is.
No, maybe it could be that. It could be that, but I guess they failed her because they should have like
told her the value of.
Yes, they should have tried to show her the value of being feminine and.
So you saying like her masculinity is actually the problem that gave the results or the situation that put her in the situation that she's in, rather than a response to a situation that she was dealt.
Yes. So her lifestyle, her actions, all this feminist stuff, She's not in a relationship, and she's not in a stable relationship. She has multiple kids with multiple people, and she cannot maintain a relationship.
Yeah.
She's by
But
herself. She's lonely.
I do believe that maybe there are other things as well, other underlying issues.
But I'm saying that's the main
beyond
thing.
that.
That's the main thing from what I see.
Yeah, and let's be honest, a lot of the times, one thing that can make you even more depressed in a situation, not having a partner can make you even more depressed than you would have been.
Especially when you're adulting. Pella, having multiple kids is not a joke.
Yeah.
It's not a joke. As much as women say they can do these things on their own,
Yeah.
they can't, and they
especially
shouldn't be doing
the
that.
kids when they make it clear that they wish they could be like other kids with both parents and things like that. I think that can get quite stressful as well on the person as well.
So I'm of the belief of that men need to go back into being in their masculine energy, just go back to being men, and women also need to try go back into being in their feminine
But
energy.
I think women now are very scared of getting in the feminine energy until men get fully into their masculine energy as well. And
How are you
men,
gonna do that when society is
men should-
feminizing men? Society is pushing men to become feminine. Actually, women are pushing men to become feminine. So,
well, because we want to evenize the playing field, because we are now forced to also wear the masculine,
that's because you chose that too. You'll see as time goes on, more and more feminists will come out and say that this thing is not as rosy as they make it out to be.
Yeah.
It's not. But unfortunately, it is what it is.
And sometimes it will come to that point once it's done a lot of damage, and
Yeah.
the damage gets more and more irreversible sometimes.
So if you look, this is my view again. If you look at most male suicides, especially here in South Africa, it's mostly men who feel like they're not masculine enough.
Yeah.
That's what most male suicides are. They feel like they're not doing enough. They're not masculine enough. Most of the time when men do these things is because they don't feel man enough. And I'm not saying because they feel feminine or whatever.
Yeah.
They don't feel like they're doing enough compared to other men. Other men are running households, other men are doing all these things, making a lot of money.
And they feel like they're failing with
and they feel useless. And they feel like they're failing in life.
Yes.
So,
but it's the same with women.
Yes.
Some they feel like, oh, my friends are married, my friends have kids.
So that's the point I was trying to make.
Husbands, they've got
that's the point I was trying to make.
And like, in as much as a lot of times women may act like they don't want those things, but I can assure you, most women want that. Like, most, if not all, women do want that at some stage, at some point. Social media, you go on social media, boom, you're browsing. Everyone, people are getting married, people are having kids. Like, those things can get very stressful. And for women, that is the package.
As much as men, when they do these things, commit suicide, they don't feel masculine enough. Women also now, especially when they get old enough to realize that no, this part of them is missing.
Yeah.
That part of their life is missing. They don't feel that feminine enough. They don't feel good enough.
Yes, like.
And nothing will feel good enough.
Yeah.
No matter what you achieve.
Absolutely.
So to me, that's what I'm seeing. That's what she's going through. From what I'm seeing, from outside looking in.
Absolutely. No, it makes sense.
It is unfortunate, and I hope she does get better and she gets the help that she needs.
I mean, all we can do is speculate in people's situations, but one thing I find is really important is that we do raise awareness, towards depression. Like, it's serious. It's not a joke. It's really, really serious.
You guys let us know what you think about the situation.
Absolutely.
Don't forget to like, subscribe.
Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
We'll check you guys in the next one.